American dream?
The American dream?
Having a good job that can support you and your family.
And the American dream to me, historically, is very like 50s housewife-esque. I think that's what people would expect of like women back in the day. Like settle down at the age of like 22 and like find a husband and like kids. But like nowadays it's just whatever you want to define it as, honestly. Like, I don't know, I don't think the American dream just like represents money or anything. I just think it's like a security kind of thing. Like, are you personally comfortable where you are in life?
I definitely think it's very tacky and it's dying as the years go on.
Probably money.
That's the point of the American dream, is not to come equal to everybody, but everybody has the equal opportunity.
The American dream, at least to me, is being happy and content no matter what you're doing with your life, and being able to kind of go after those goals and not have any kind of hindrance from other people.
Something that's likely unachievable. I think that's the best way I could sum that up.
My American dream, personally, is I want to be a successful pilot, and hopefully I would like to have a family and raise my kids like my dad raised me, how he raised me, and I hope to pursue all my dreams that I've been wishing to pursue since I was a kid.
Like position, skill, and luck.
The American dream to me doesn't exist. Like, as weird as that is, I feel like the American dream is kind of whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you dream of doing. I mean, like, if you want to be a lawyer and that's your dream, then that's your American dream. I could say my American dream would be being a stylist, designer, creative director.
I do not believe in the American dream.
The document I get at the end of my college career will help me get money.
American dream is having the capability and freedom to do anything you want to do and live your own life. There's places around the world that people don't have that, and a lot of people here take that for granted. I'm a military vet personally, so I've seen these things where people are just living in a world of slavery. It's not like actual slavery like we think of in the Civil War, but they're held down by their environment.
Threats to my American dream. That would include anything that keeps me from achieving the success I want, which is unachievable.
I think there's a lot of threats, especially in our society today. One that kind of specifically has scared me is the fact that net neutrality isn't really a thing anymore, and as an audio production major, that kind of makes it difficult to do my job, especially if I'm creating my own music and putting it on. You can't really listen to it if you can't find it.
Because capitalism can only strip so far.
Use and profit off of stealing other people's ideas, and I think that is one of the biggest threats to me. Someone kind of coming to the culture and imposing upon it.
School.
I think it's just people like actually believing that that's possible, like to just grow and try to become as successful as you can and try to become as rich as you can or whatever. And then once you get it, you're gonna just still feel like just seeking for something that you're not gonna have. Like, it's pointless.
Maybe apprenticeships and trade schools over college degrees.
Honestly, my parents. My mom. Like, she wants to take over everything. Like, the entire business that I want to start, she wants to take over like 50% of it just because she's going to give me money. So that's definitely a threat.
Threats to my American dream? The government.
Being able to find the connections to get into a good job, finding the experience, because every job needs some sort of experience before you actually get into it.
Like a fluctuation of like inspiration and motivation and position of people.
Without money, I think it's possible, but I think you need some sort of education to be able to get into whatever field you want. Get this business, knowing the business, knowing the system.
No, because in my book, my American dream is, my vision of success, and that includes those things.
Yeah, I definitely think that the American dream is possible without education. I think that if you have a if you have a motivation that is strong enough, then you're willing to like gain education through other like non-traditional means. But I definitely think that money is one of the things that is most significant in achieving a dream, because you can't really get anywhere without money typically, unless you have like pure talent and pure connections. But that's very rare in society today.
Absolutely. I'm living proof of that. I grew up in a drug-influenced, domestic violent neighborhood, and I'm here in college. You know, I had to work harder for things. Yeah.
I believe it is possible depending on what your dream is. Something that I specifically want to do is travel a lot and just kind of, as long as I'm happy, I don't really care what I'm doing, and I feel like you don't really need money to be happy. You don't need an education to be happy. It just kind of depends on what you're doing with your life.
I think it's possible without education, but I don't think it's possible without money. I feel like any type of dream that you have, any type of occupation that you want, just like starting anything is really not possible without money. Money's like really important nowadays. But without education, hell yeah. I could have avoided not coming here and still started my brand. Easy peasy. Small loan of $1 million, I'd have been chill.
I think it's possible without education, but like not preferable, you know? I think honestly, like, at least personally, like for me, in order to feel like comfortable where I am in life, I need to know that I have a fallback, just in case like my like passions and dreams don't end up coming true. And yes, I think you definitely need to have at least a little money, or at least connections, like personal or business connections, in order to like, I don't know, start something up. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's possible without education. I think it is possible without money.